All right, guys, we're going to talk about the mental game of poker today. I set up 5 subtopics that we're going to go over, and we're just going to get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is variance. We should all love variance because without variance, poker wouldn't be profitable. The recreational players need to win sometimes and run good sometimes in order for poker to be a game that they want to play. Otherwise, it will be like chess. If the better player always wins, then the players that always lose will eventually just stop playing. And that happens in backgammon as well, chess and backgammon, and any other games that are kind of solved, like checkers and things like that. Those games will never be profitable to play because, the better player is just going to win every time, and there's no variance in those games. So that's why people don't really play them for money. I mean, there are some chess tournaments and stuff that they play for money, but very, very small amounts. Variance brings an illusion to recreational players, which tells them, well, I won a few games in a row, I know it's possible to win again. So they continue playing, falsely believing that they will be able to win in the long term. And if they stop winning, they just think they're getting unlucky. And as poker pros, we should all embrace this variance. I mean, it's really what keeps the game alive. Without variance, there's going to be, there really wouldn't be a poker. So subtopic number 2, what to do when you're feeling run over and how to regain motivation. You will feel run over and beat down if you continue to lose day in, day out. It's really hard not to feel that way if you're just losing nonstop. You're just going to feel like you're just getting beat down. Your EV might be doing poorly, or you may just be running very much under EV. But what some people don't realize is that this can be the greatest time to improve your game and get better. Once you hit rock bottom in poker, it forces you to either quit and give up, you can just throw in the towel, or it forces you to take action and get better and learn more about the game because you want to hold on to the lifestyle and the freedom that poker has to offer. And it can be a great thing to run bad sometimes because it gets you hungrier to improve and learn and be better than you ever were before. When you get better at poker, you can also minimize your swings in the process, which is, it's huge. And if you minimize your swings, then obviously you're going to be minimizing, your feeling of being beat up or being run down or whatever else. The higher your EV ROI is, the less swings you're going to have. So the next time you're feeling pain because of a long run bad stretch or your EV has been doing poorly for a while, then see it as your fuel for motivation and realize that you have to put in more effort and prioritize improving your poker game. So jumping right into it, number 3, fear. Some guys are scared to play sometimes because of the fear of losing money. First thing I want to say about this topic is that fear is not real. The only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future. It is a product of our imagination causing us to fear things that haven't happened and may never happen at all. In other words, your fear of losing in a session is not rational. It's something that your mind fears, but it's not actually real. It's important to realize that your mind can play tricks on you sometimes. You have to learn to disregard some of the bullshit fears that your mind tries to convince you of. This fear also shows up when you've been, running bad or getting called down a lot on your bluffs, and it holds some guys back from making bluffs because they're worried now that they're going to get called down light. But what I ask you to do in game is disregard your feelings of fear by injecting logic, as Jared Tendler always says. Make a bluff or a call because it makes logistical sense, and don't allow your feelings to get in the way of that. If you're scared to pull a bluff but you think that the spot is profitable, you must make that bluff. You can't really let your feelings, like if you're just feeling scared or whatever else it is about a spot, but you really think that this is a spot that would probably be, slightly plus EV bluff, you have to be pulling that trigger. Same when it comes to hero calls. Inject logic into the decisions you make with all the information that you have about the hand, like blocker effects, your HUD numbers on the guy, range versus range visualizations that we've talked about in earlier poker videos that I've made. Poker is really just a game of interpreting imperfect information, and whoever can do this best will be at the top.